We are at the EPT Paris, and I'm sitting here with MUSTAPHA Kanit. MUSTAPHA, good to see you. How are you?
I'm good, great. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Are you traveling a lot these days to the live events?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I missed it. Like from, COVID, like we didn't have any live tournaments, and I don't know, it's something that I really love. So yeah, I'm definitely happy to be on tour, traveling more and visit some places, like new places like Paris even.
Yeah, and you've been around for a while, so I think a lot of young players might go to tournament, play, and then go home. Mm-hmm. What is important for you when you go to a live event, besides only playing?
I mean, it really depends. Depends which place it is, which city it is. Like, I've been blessed enough that I have many friends and I feel home in many places. So, for example, in Paris, I'm happy. I go, like I try. For example, today I had the day off. I went eat with friends. Like, I had a beautiful day. But it has to be a balance. Sometimes you don't have a day off, and that's great too.
And that's great too. Yeah. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah. So you just need to get the best out of the week and try to be positive and grow through problem solving and just be flexible. And if you have a day off, do something with it.
Yeah, Italian, right? You're born in Italy?
Yeah, born in Italy.
Yeah, where does your name come from? Do you have
I have Moroccan parents.
Right.
So yeah, Italian Moroccan.
I know that you came through on the Italian scene around 12 years ago or so, 2010 maybe. Mm-hmm. Did you play many years before that, online or live?
I did. I started maybe 2006 to play poker. Mm-hmm. And then my first scores in Italy, in the Italian scene, was probably 2009 and 10, where the beginning in Italy. Then
interesting years in Italy. When the boom came through, it was just crazy. Everyone played, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was still a bit a kid, young, so I didn't feel like how big it was and everything. But it was a movement, and I came also not at the beginning of it, but I was just part of it because of my age. But it was great. Like many people played. You could see poker in the mainstream, in television. Yeah. Luca Pagano doing, the shows, the main shows.
Was it Luca Pagano and maybe Max Pescatore or anyone else like that? Or was it also international names that you looked at and were inspired by?
So for me, it was because I come from a different background. I had some international guys that inspired me from Magic the Gathering. So I don't know, I had friends of mine even that I saw they switch and made good money, and that inspired me to do better. And at the same time, you looked up a bit to the Italian guys but never I never, maybe just Minieri a little way, but not really. I wasn't that kind of guy to look up on others, but I really tried to, maybe more international players, for sure. Like you will be excited to watch high stake poker, like with Patrick or, for example, Ivy at the time they were. Or then when the wave with Isildur and the Duan, like all this sort of thing was quite hyped in Italy as well. Yeah. But I wouldn't say at least for me to look up to one of these guys, because I felt like we would have a different path in a way. So
it was interesting to see you break through and becoming quite a character and a well-known face in 2011 or so. What was it, do you think, that made you, of course, the results, but also your personality? Do you think that was important when you became a known name?
I mean, it was, I don't know, at the end of the day, I think it was a moment where, I really trained hard for being able to play the stakes I played. At the same time, I was very comfortable about my game and everything. At the same time, I grew up playing games that I just feel comfortable at the table. So I just feel like being myself in many ways, and that for sure helped. And I just truly enjoy the game in many ways, I truly enjoy the competition, I truly enjoy the atmosphere, I truly enjoy some of my opponents, in many ways can be competitive or can be outside of the table. So it was a mix of factors, and I think when you are very comfortable in a place, you can just, be yourself, and that's normally appreciated in a way or another. So it's just about that, I think.
Did you find ways to use your personality to be successful at the tables, if you know what I mean?
No, I think so, for sure. I mean, also the fact that I'm very good at communicating with people in many different languages, and that helped also to connect in a deeper way with many different people, I guess. So it's, I don't know, I think it's a mix of factor, and like honestly, like I have so many friends in poker, like and you know, when you enjoy your time with someone, usually, you know, like you're just happy to see someone. So even if you don't see him for a really long time, and sometimes you just enjoy the competition, and you're very happy to see a fierce competitor that, you know, like challenge you fair and square. Because also that is very respect. At least for me, I respect someone that is like that a lot. Like is someone that I always put up there, because you know, like it's a competitive sport, but I love competition, and if someone is a good competitor that wins good, but at the same time lose well, and you know, like with a smile, and it's you know,
it's like two boxers that can hug after the fight.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
One thing I find interesting is some of the new names coming up. Okay, they are grinding and grinding, get some big scores, and suddenly they are playing high rollers and for really big money. Was that easy for you to adapt to?
No, I mean, for us, we were a very different generation. At least for me and other few guys, when we played the high stake, like Italians as well, like Dario. Like we never had backers or similar, so we usually, you know, we would sell action to friends or whatever, but we had to grind from so low to get to that point. And I remember even for me, like I had the Germans guys, like because I was crushing very hard online. Like online for many years, I was doing really well in tournaments, and they really wanted me to play the big stuff. And I was like, no guys, like I will play this stuff when I'm very comfortable, and I feel like, you know, 25k I can take enough risk and you know, like swap with who I want, and I always see that in that way. So it took us very long time to reach that. For me, for example, or Dario or Gianluca, or like the various Italian guys, because also like our culture in a way, not for me, because in a way I break the barrier. I was more open-minded than most Italians, but in our culture always is like you keep your thing, you know, your thing, but depends.
Yeah. Like, have you coached much? Have you taught other players to play? Or have you?
I did not like on a scaled way. Like usually it's very personal to me, and there is always something deeper than that. And when I coached, I don't know, I coached many of the Italian guys in the past, and it was like also a friendship thing, and it was like everything like upside, and wanted to care of friends. And like, I mean, it's very, for me it's so deep, because like if I coach someone, I don't care about the hours I put in, and like it's really about the process. So it's you know, it's deeper than that. I would not do it just to do it, but I will do it because for me it's deeper than that, and I have enough time and wanted to do it. So
what do you think are the biggest differences? Because it's quite a different scene today, online and live. What are the biggest differences from 10 years back?
I mean, the tournaments are completely different. The rebuys are completely different. Before you didn't have rebuys, you didn't have really big tournaments even. Like you had huge tournaments, you know, like with Sun Dominion or like the 1K, like you could win huge amounts of money, but no rebuy, no multi-entry, no huge fields, and you know, like that's. I mean, I liked back in the days. I'm a bit nostalgic. I don't really like too much. Like depends. In some sites, I really love, like how is made, because like it's you can win really big money with like very little, and like I love this kind of competition, like really big. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of some others formats. So it's I don't know. It's very personal to me, and. I don't know, and back in the days was a bit different than online, for sure.
Yeah, it was more personal as well. I mean, there was a big thing when the HUDs came through, and people were playing like robots. Did you adapt to that? Did you use any technology, or mostly did you just play?
No, I mean, you used to study, for sure, like to have a feedback, but at the same time, I don't know, like the game is so complex, and especially you have so many more information online also. You have a lot of history, like it's completely different. Like you can use it as a support, but I don't know, when you played 15 years poker every day, and I don't know, like you did so well in many different things, like throwing away everything you did, like it's not the right thing. And most of the things, like, you know, I don't play much different. That's what the programs say in many different things. Then a lot of times, I don't know, inside myself, I know that I'm deviating, but I have, you know, something that tells me that I feel, or like it tells me why I have to deviate the strategy in this spot because I think it's a profitable play. But like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But
Yeah,
like,
I understand that. I think some players also think for it to be fun and to be able to do it again and again is to have a little bit of heart in it too.
Yeah.
Play from your heart and brain.
Also, like there is some guys that are really good and very competitive, and you know, like, I don't know, Ivy or Patrick, or like they are always competitive. Like you can say what you want, like they have a good feel to the game.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's in Ole, like even he has a super good, like, so it's, you know, it's very personal for everyone, and like just the way it is. Like, but for sure today, if you will start to play poker and will not use tools, will be a big mistake.
Yeah. Now you live in London since a few years back. Is it a good place to live? And what do you do when you're not playing?
I mean, I love London. Like, I'm happy to live there. It's an easy city in many ways, easy to travel to, easy to travel from. Food is good. So there is many factors, and I'm happy. I've been there for a while, and I'm happy in general. Like, as a city is one of my favorite in Europe, so it's great.
Yeah, and when it comes to travel, are you going to continue this year to travel a lot and go to many live events?
Yeah, I guess so. I really feel like playing, and I'm happy to travel and play. So yeah, I will keep going for sure.
Okay, so the future is interesting, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Future is always interesting, and also past is interesting, and present is the best.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, Mustafa.